Wait a minute, where am I? Where am I? Wait. Where the hell am I? Um, that is weird. Wait a second, guys. The hell? Oh, hey, it's here, finally. Oh. No, 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 no. No. Oh. Ah. No. That is. It never happened. This never happened before. Where the hell am I? Oh, wait. I know what it is. I know what it is. Finally. What the hell? Um. Weird. Usually allows for transparency, but this never happened before. Um. But how? How? I hate technical issues. They always ruin everything. What if I do this? Um. Is it something I forgot to place? Um. Hmm. 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 Background. I believe it's here. Color picker defaults. No, no, no. Please not be. So never use chroma key to activate transparency in capture toggle. Then create a game capture and allow transfer. Right. Wait, let me try something new. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Allow for transparency. I don't know what is happening. Which is very weird because usually transparent. Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, some stuff just happened. Well, hope you guys are doing alright. It's been a while actually. I'm thinking that I should do the stream both today and on Friday. Just in case. I hope you guys are doing alright. Meanwhile, while I wait for everyone to come in, I will play some Hollow Knights, then we will start for the chatting. And proceed on the game and stuff like that. I'm eating mangoes, by the way. Do you guys call that fruit mango? I don't know. No, wait. What was the name? Yeah, I forgot. Let me just place a mother of me. Yeah, now I'm gonna shrink myself so you guys can actually see me. Wait. Plenty of adjustments. Okay. Seriously, I don't know when this game will end because seriously, it has been like what, nearly 2 months since it launched, and then I haven't yet to finish the game. My patience runs low. Ah yeah, I need to. I forgot to put my controller on. What were we doing? I kind of forgot. Okay, those three doors opened. Let's see if I still got it. Whoa. Nope. So we need silk. Oh yeah, he's got plenty of reach. Yeah, no. Cogwork core. Oh, okay. Oh, that is convenient. Oh. Oh, not these things again. Machines. Oh, okay. Nope. Easy to break, easy to kill. Oh. What now? Oh. Huh? Oh, that's cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating. Who are these guys? Oh, work robots. Hey, so how are you doing? Hope you're doing alright. Are you seeing the live stream? Is it everything working for you? I'm just playing a little bit of the game. How are you doing? Can you see is everything alright for you on the live stream, or is it working for you, or is it not? Let me just adjust the sounds. It's doing good. Okay. I'm just playing a little bit of the game. I'm not gonna go full Hollow Knight live stream today. I'm just, you know, just playing a little bit for some time. I need to watch myself, otherwise I'm gonna play this to no end. This place is dangerous. How was your week, man? Woo. I give up. I give up. No, I'm give up. I give up. I'm too angry for this. Nah, let's just return to the usual plan today. Let me just put a relaxing song for us. Wait a second. And here. Just need to find. There you go. How was your week, pessoa? Did you do anything? What did you do exactly this week? Did you travel? Did you study? Work? Anything special? Oh, you know. I think my chair is too big. Yeah, it is too big. Finally. It was good. You know where I went last week? I'm gonna give you a tip. It is related to games. I went on Saturday. It is exactly VGS. However, I need to clarify some things, because I actually went to VGS on the other editions, especially 2013 and 14. And wait a minute. Okay. Compared to the former editions, I believe it was like the weakest edition of the event ever in my life. I mean, I managed to have some fun at least, but it was impossible to walk. It was way too crowded. The chaos in the meet and greets. Besides the how do I say this in English? The lacking of the usual great publishers of the gaming world, like such as Sony and Microsoft. So, it was common also to have Blizzard, EA, and of course there was the BGS also had like gaming PC companies like Razer, Red Dragon, Asus ROG, all those big names, and Red Dragon included. But this time you only had two brands that were focused on cost benefits, and they're actually Brazilian brands. Now they are bad, but like, hey, come on, it was Habits and Fortrek. My mouse is a Fortrek, so I can't exactly complain, but like, it didn't have like the usual heavyweights in the event, and I believe it lost its identity in the years. I believe with the pandemic, the rise of like digital events and like inflation, how our coin is highly unstable, it made Brazil is not exactly the most attractive country for business, business in general. Games is just one part of that, and unfortunately for us, BGS is a shadow of its former glory, in my opinion at least. Because I actually was somewhat disappointed, I mean, I managed to grab a action figure and a cup, but like, there was like no new games, no new console, nothing exactly new, way too commercial for my taste. Like, it lost its soul. Did you ever went to any gaming convention or event or stuff like that? What else can I say actually? It's amazing how like one of the biggest gaming events in just an anime convention, Anime Friends, I believe. Well, but it's amazing how a former big name here in Brazil, like BGS. Well, back then, BGS meant something. It was a great name. People were entering crazy. Oh no, let's go to the new BGS this year. But I don't know what went wrong exactly. Besides, they also switched the places they usually made the convention. Back then it was in São Paulo Expo Center Norte, and it was much bigger than AMB Center. The event is smaller in size as well. I think that happened probably because they don't have like as much stands or as much heavy weights in the event. And Gamescom is actually taking away the public of BGS because it managed to maintain its connections. It uses like it is on the same name of the European convention. It's all of the same infrastructure, and well, I next year I'm gonna go to Gamescom and Anime Friends. unfortunately, I'm not gonna go return to BGS unless they actually manage to return to their golden age. You know, just return to being a big name in the industry and like, oh, it's the biggest Brazilian. It truly was the biggest gaming convention here in South America. Well, Latin America as a whole, actually. And, no other events managed to reach its scope, but like, even we, I was listening to some podcasts and some videos, and they say that from the past 3 years, since 2023, I'm gonna go to 2022. I don't know if there was an addition, but they say that the ticket sales actually dropped. Not to the point of like, hey, no one's coming to BGS this year, but like, it's dropped. People are losing interest, and after this edition, I really believe BGS is gonna receive way less people than the next year, or hopefully they can learn from their mistakes and you know, rebuild from scratch. There was the issue with Hideo Kojima and people, even people who paid heavy tax for the VIP ticket and the bracelet didn't manage to talk or take in pictures with Hideo Kojima because of like the poor infrastructure and poor organization of the event. What else can I say? It's actually sad, you know, because I was very excited for this BGS. The last time I was in the convention was 11 years ago. That's a lot of time. I spared my money from my new job. I bought the ticket and I was very happy, extremely happy. And like, oh, I'm finally gonna go to BGS after like all this time. And unfortunately, it was disappointing. I was stuck in a line for 2 hours to play Path of Exile 2, and the only thing I managed to get was like a bag and a pin, nothing else. Even for low price, even for like lower price, how do I say this? Even for I expected more, you know. And what convention did you go to, Pessoa? Tell me more about the convention you went. Did you go to Anime Friends? I'm gonna go to Anime Friends next year. Almost not, no, but you told me that you went to an anime convention. Or what anime convention it was, exactly? I went to one as well, but it was way smaller in scope than the Anime Friends. And I was younger. The anime convention I went was... It was on a mall near my house. How big... what was the size? What was the scope of it? Was it small, medium, big, you know? or just was it professional or amateur? Small. Oh, we managed to have fun, right? Zenny, I can't. Zenny, it's the 30th time on the month that you always say that to me. Come on, man, give me a break. So welcome, Zenny. I was actually talking with Pessoa, and I wanted to ask you. It's called this. No, it's not called discipline. It's called horniness. You are horny, Zenny. Stop doing that, please. It's going too far now. It's too far. It's going too far. Way too far. What was it? Oh yes. Zenny, I have a question for you. Did you ever go to any gaming or anime convention, geek convention in general? I'm just curious. I was talking with Pessoa about something that happened to me recently. Yes, you are, Zenny. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Admit it. You're gooning to her at this point. Seriously. No. I understand. I know she's hot, but keep calm, okay? Keep calm. You have which one did you went? I seriously need to correct my model. I don't know what happened. Did you go to E3? That's called E3 before it closed and stuff like that. Mobicom. Is it a big convention? Small, medium? What is it about exactly? Oh yeah, by the way. Oh. Tell me more about it. GJ Pro, it seems like YouTube is down for me. Oh hey GJ, how are you doing? Hope you're doing alright. Very big. Oh damn. I'm talking with. I need to leave. No worries, man. No worries. DJ, I'm talking with Zenny about gaming conventions that I want to share an experience that I have. Did you ever go to any gaming conventions, any anime conventions, whatever type of convention, anything? Well, while you write, I'm gonna tell you guys around 900 plus. I believe that's small, but hey, it's okay. Okay, I mean it's okay. All right. For those that do not know, I am Brazilian, and Brazil has gaming conventions, anime conventions, and stuff like. It's rather new for us. It's in the late 90s, early 2000s. But let me tell you my story, and how that's what it has to do with recent events. And I hope you're doing right, GJ. I hope your week was very nice, and we're gonna talk again on Friday. So here in Brazil we have sometimes capital okay. Well, let me tell you something, man. Here in Brazil, let me just okay. Here in Brazil we have a convention called BGS, which stands for Brazil Game Show, or it was the biggest gaming convention on all Latin America. From Mexico, no, Mexico is not in Latin America. From Mexico to down to Chile. And I went to the 2013 and 2014 editions. And at the time, as I googled about it, it reached 120k people, 120,000 people. It was massive. I'm gonna tell you, it was made on this commercial, you know, these big commercial centers that are made to host events, that you can just invite a lot of people. Well, it was on those type of places, and it was massive. I'm gonna tell you that. We had Sony, Microsoft, Asus ROG, Blizzard, Red Dragon, Red Soda. We had an entire area dedicated to indie games. We also had, like, you could play games before the hotels probably were hacked. No, probably, I don't know if there were any hotels, but I never. When I went to BGS, I was younger, and my mom actually took me to. I'm gonna tell you, it was like Tuesday, and I was mid-class when a professor called me, hey, your mom is taking you to an event today, so I'm gonna let you go early. And it was like, holy shit, we're gonna go to BGS. But yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, 120,000 people. And however, it wasn't actually crowded. You could walk normally on the event, and I had lots of fun. I actually bought. I remember I had a PS3 back then. I think I don't remember, and I bought the Devil May Cry HD collection. I bought Coffee Duty Ghosts cup. I remember. I still have it actually. And I bought Super Smash Bros. The 3rd edition of the game from the 2010s, and I just had lots of fun. You know, I actually managed to play Halo 4 before it launched, and I was a huge fan of Halo, even that I was a PS player. The point is, it was big, it was massive. I had lots of fun, and recently, on the last Saturday, I actually went to the 20 and what is it called? 20 and 25, 2025 edition. You know, this year's edition. You know, and at first when I went to buy the tickets, I saw it was no longer on the same place it was before. Just wait a second. Let me continue. And guess who was on this year's edition? Just guess the how do you call it, the honor guess. Try guess it. It's a very famous dude. Seriously, you can sell any big name on the gaming industry. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I'm gonna give you some more extra seconds. Weird. Where's the chat? Why you guys are not showing in my live stream? That's actually very weird. The first one I went was to FW. Oh, I know, but well, oh, here you are. Oh, but why you guys are so small? Here, finally, here, guy. And that marketing inspiration for my Plague Doctor pursuit. Oh, that was nice. Well, let me continue my story real quick. Hey, that's actually interesting. So, Hacking Hideo Kojima was on this year's edition. The guy himself. And I actually managed to film him. I saw Hideo Kojima, and I was exactly right in front of the door he walked from. I saw him with my own eyes. The man himself. And he even received 2 cakes inspired by Death Stranding. One was similar to, well, it was made on his visage, and the second was made on the main character of the Death Stranding game. Well, case in point, okay, we have a very big, nice opening, and there you go. You can manage to enter the convention. And I cannot describe. My initial impressions were like, okay, let's explore the con a little bit more. And the more time it passed, the more my disappointment grew. I'm gonna tell you why. Wait a second. How can I start? When I was going to college today, and I googled, and I went to YouTube to saw videos of people talking about this edition of the convention. Many people who actually traveled from really far away and bought and paid the most expensive tickets to meet and greet Hideo Kojima personally, you know. And even if you managed to do that, there was huge lines to do that. It was poorly coordinated. You didn't manage to. Few managed to actually take pictures or even talk with Hideo. I'm gonna call him Kojima because it's easier, and people recognize it easily. That was the first red flag. But so far so good. I played the most basic ticket. I knew I wasn't going to meet Hideo himself. Second red flag. The event was so crowded that I barely could move inside. Seriously, you had to be very careful to. Seriously, it was very slow, very slow. Then my disappointment only grew when I realized that the big names that once made the event, the heart of the event, were not there. You didn't have Sony, you didn't have Microsoft, you didn't have Asus ROG, you didn't have Razer. None of these guys were at the convention. None of them. Not a single soul. You only had like a small Nintendo stand. Points for them, okay? They are trying to invest in Latin America. And you had a Pokemon stand, but it was it didn't. But even in that stand, it didn't focus on the new game that they were launching. And I'm gonna play that game. But like it was for the new Mega Evolution of they actually releasing Mega Evolutions on Pokemon Go. Who plays that game these days? No one, unless you are some very nostalgic person. I'm nostalgic myself, but I don't play Pokemon Go. I played like for a month or two and I stopped it. And well, it's been like almost 10 years that game launched. And second, you had like really big the stands mostly. You had Samsung and you had other stuff like that, but the stands themselves were mostly focused on how can I say this to you, Zenny? This edition was like, hey, come play this new game that's gonna launch on this new console that I'm launching. You can play it before anyone else and stuff like that. Hey, I myself, when I went to the 2013 edition, I managed to play Rainbow Six, and it was before it launched, and it was fun. It was all the computers were bought by Razer, and we played on like top specs gaming PCs at the time. But this time, no. This time this time the main thing was play games on our stuff. Like they were not selling the game; they were selling the hardware for you. And okay, but do you like bigger consoles, smaller consoles? Depends. That highly depends. Bigger cons are tend to have more events, more structure, and like you can do more stuff, but they can be very crowded and can be very chaotic if they are poorly planned. Smaller cons on the other side of the spectrum, while they do not offer as much as bigger cons, they have a more personal touch. They got a more human touch because they don't have like the big bucks that the other guys have, and it's more focused on the person themselves. But I went to a smaller anime convention, and I liked it. It wasn't the best convention of my life, but I still like it. However, I have a slight preference for bigger cons. But returning to what I was saying, everyone that I watched the videos were complaining about the apparent loss of identity of the convention. It wasn't the same thing as the good old days, You didn't have the heavy names of the industry. You didn't go there to play new games. You actually went there. It felt more like a big shopping mall, a paid shopping mall, and that was very disappointing. Very disappointing. Seriously, many agree with me that this year's edition was the weakest BGS ever in all of the history of the event. To give you an idea, I know, and it's a miracle that they managed to sell out all the tickets of Saturday, but only on Saturday. And on the last 3 years, the ticket count is actually decreasing. Only on Saturdays that it sells out. Only on Saturdays. But however, they are selling the same amounts of tickets that from the previous editions on a smaller space, and that's very bad. However, that's not the main point here. The main point is it didn't felt like a gaming convention. Not at all. It felt more like a commercial convention, focus on like, hey, buy our new stuff, play games on our stuff, or not play. It didn't felt the same thing as the Golden Ages, and seriously, looking back, now that the joy and like the whole, I'm gonna say frenzy, but it's not frenzy. Now that I actually take a more reasonable look at it without any bias or stuff like that, because dude, I spared money to go for. The last time I was to the convention was 11 years ago, on 2014, with my dad. Can you imagine how excited I was to finally return to the convention after 11 years? And when I reached there, I was greeted with not with a convention that is purely commercial. It didn't speak to the audience. It's proclaimed. It celebrated, and had barely anything related to games at all. Barely. The highest point of the convention, besides Hideo Kojima, of course, but even him can save the BGS, was the cosplay parade. Seriously. I know, cosplays are nice. I like cosplays. But when you go at a convention this big, and the best thing you came there to watch was the cosplay parade, it's heartbreaking, And I googled a little bit more and realized, do you know Gamescom? By the way, did you know about Gamescom or not? I believe your silence says that you don't know about it. Or so I think. Well, let me break it for you. Gamescom is actually one of the biggest gaming cons of Europe, and it's made in Germany, on Copenhagen. No, Copenhagen is on Denmark. I don't know where it is, but I believe it's Berlin or somewhere in one of those famous German cities, like you know, Berlin and Munich. But hey, and I heard that last year Gamescom actually released a LATAM version. LATAM stands for Latin America, and it's made in Brazil on the same space that BGS is. And apparently they managed to, in 3 days and on the first year, get 140,000 people. And I heard that unlike the other BGS, they managed to maintain a solid identity while still attracting investors and you know, offering an even more, how do I say this? Because they are of the same atmosphere, no, of the same sphere of the European Gamescom, they already enjoy better organization, better infrastructure. Because of that, they also attract. It also attracts the. I need to go to more cons. I need also to go. I'm gonna tell you more about it soon enough. We also have a Comic Con right here. It's called CCXP, and yes, it's also a version of the. This is I'm taking a break from cons. Really? Oh. Oh, I understand you. It can feel repetitive. I know. Well, where was I again? Oh yes. Because Gamescom is, I don't know how, but I know our friend went to one. Holy shit! To 1 conventions. No, 12 conventions in 1 year. He's a warrior. Holy shit. Nice, very nice. I believe he likes conventions a lot. But I'm gonna continue what my point here. The thing about Gamescom Latin, while it is a Latin America version of the game, it managed to receive funding from my state, sponsored from my state. You know, guys, Brazil have states, alright? We're not like a single country. You understand? We are a federation just like you guys. Well, America and Russia are federations, so. And the government of São Paulo, my state, actually gave money to that event to help fund it. And because of it, it is also lower cost. It attracts the big names that I mentioned before. You know, Sony, Microsoft, and all these companies, because they see Gamescom not as like, oh no, it's a Brazilian invention. No, they see as the convention as a extension of the original Gamescom, and because of it, they know that they're gonna enjoy with better organization, better infrastructure, better visibility, and stuff like that. And while they do manage to do B2B business, like attract investors and stuff like that, they manage to keep their identity. The most important, they offer an actual gaming convention to gamers and people who like who follow the gaming industry and like technology in general. And BGS actually, what's the expression that you guys use? They are stuck in time, essentially. They still make the same format while the world and the gaming industry adapted and changed. And because of it, they lost their identity because they can't they needed money to, well, help fund all the whole structure. They had to downsize, and because of that, they lost their identity trying to keep the convention alive. And I myself, unfortunately, felt that I paid $200, and my experience was not one of the best. It was by far the worst edition of the convention by a large margin. But anyway, not everything must be so sour. Here in Brazil, we also have the Anime Friends convention. It started back in 2003. It started with like just a few more than 1,000 people. On the second year, they managed to attract like 4,000, and on the fifth edition, they managed to gather like 50,000 people. And nowadays, they started on doing the events on universities, and then they actually managed to use the same infrastructure. You know, those commercial place. They are doing on the same place that BGS is, the R&B Center. And while they do not have as much audience as the BGS or Gamescom, well, they do have by like 100,000 people. They managed to gather like 150,000 people on all 4 days that they opened, which is very high numbers. And they changed compared to the editions that they did on the other years, but they also managed to keep their core identity as a anime convention, but they expanded to Asian pop culture in general. So that also includes China, Korea, and probably southern Asia, like Indonesia and stuff like that. But mostly Korea, China, and Japan. And they don't need those big investors, because they are more focused on bands, cosplaying, and manga and anime. They don't need the event itself. Keep itself alive. It's retrofeeds itself, because it's focused on people and not on buying stuff, you know. I wanna go to Anime Friends next year, because I heard it's very nice. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna return to BGS soon, anytime soon enough. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you guys must have like some really, really amazing conventions. I don't doubt about it. And it's one of my personal dreams was actually to visit E3. It's a shame it closed down. Seriously, I saw pictures of it on magazines and on the internet. I was like, holy shit, this place is. If BGS is big, E3 would be the biggest convention of all of them. Did you ever manage to go to E3 or not? Was it too expensive, too far away? Was not worth it for you? I don't know, man. I'm talking about my first day experience. Oh man, I miss those good old days, man. I remember how big the convention was. Oh man. Anyways, how was your week? How was your week going, by the way? Did you do anything new? Oh shit. um, what was the biggest convention that you ever went, by the way? Or do you don't like? By the way, can you see my screen actually? Can you actually see my screen? I'm really worried that my because YouTube is showing me that I can't see myself. FW, how many people? How many people, by the way? And is it always on the same state or does it change locations? Because BGS, yes, what it changes places or it stays in one place, because BGS, Gamescom, and I'm Your Friends are all in the same place every year now. I get it, that's like furry convention, but like I actually expected more people. Like I said, same state. Because I'm really impressed because all the conventions I were like above 10k, above like 100. Not all of them, but like all of the BGS editions that I went to were like above 100k people. The smallest convention I can remember was an anime convention near in another city, but it's like close. We traveled for like 1 hour and a half, and I actually managed to go to a Hatsune Miku show, and I cried. I'm not. I literally cried. I don't know what happened to me. I was so emotional. Remembering those days, I think to myself, how the hell I got emotional over a Hatsune Miku show. And to make matters even worse, my dad was with me. I'm pretty sure that to him it was perhaps the most cringiest day of his life, accompanying some kids in a cringe convention to do cringe things. I was with my school friends, and they actually slept on my house because we all agreed to go to this anime convention, and he would take us there. We were 14, 13 around the time. I can't remember exactly. Around that time, around that age. Also, can you see can you see me and can you hear me? Everything? Is everything alright for you? Wait a second. No. Last year 2K is on top 5 of US. No. Zenny, that doesn't add up. Oh, finally. Zenny, the entire United States of America has 530 million people. That is 320 million more people than the entirety of Brazil. How come the biggest con only make 12k persons if in Brazil we reached hundreds of thousands? No, that's not possible. What? No. That doesn't make sense. No, let me see something right here. What? No. Wait, no. Wait a second. Wait a second. How come the biggest gaming convention in the entire world, E3, you know E3, you know the gaming convention of the entire world, only make less than 100 persons per year? Like back in 1995, it was 50,000 people. In 1997, it was 40,000. In 1998, 70,000. That's big numbers, okay? When in 2005, it was 70,000 people. The biggest of all. And from 2009 to 2016, they actually managed to hold only 50,000 people, or slightly more than that. And on the last years, it made 68,000 people. 69 and 66. No, yes, but that doesn't make any sense because the United States have a bigger population than Brazil. You guys have way more people than we do. And yes, like, sure, there were like big names here. You actually managed to meet famous YouTubers back then. We actually had the big names of the industry like Asus ROG, Sony, Microsoft, Blizzard, and all that shit. But that doesn't make sense. Let me say something right here. We also have our own furcons. Our biggest one is Brazil Fur Fest. Okay, as expected, it was below 20,000 people. On the 2024 edition of the Brazil Fur Fest, there was like 16,000 people. Big numbers, but like I understand because it's the furry culture. We are still niche. Yeah, but take to the count this after Mamacon is a bigger con. My bad, was 17. No, yes, I know. No, I'm not saying that like 60,000 people is a small number. By no means, it is large. But like, I don't understand how come the biggest conventions in America, yes, the United States of America, make less than 100,000 people. Even with a bigger population, more popularity, better infrastructure, better everything than Brazil, who has smaller population, weaker coin. We are seen as emerging markets. We are not. Let me tell you something, man. Nintendo barely gives a crap about us. They in all of those years there was a single game in Portuguese from Nintendo. The biggest country in America, is it California? Okay. Maybe I'll judge too hard, but what I'm saying is, you telling me that the biggest conventions reach only 60,000 people in a country like America. Oh, okay. Do you ever manage to travel to those cons or not? Okay, I'm a casual con guy that doesn't go to many. Okay, I understand. Yes, but that was my shock, you know, because like you telling me that, oh no, the biggest conventions reach 60,000 people. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Um, beacons that are local. Question. No, let me see. Let me see something. You live in South or North California? California. South or North Carolina? 100k is already considered a lot to me. No, it is a big numbers, but like from 2003 onwards, BGS, Anime Friends, and all those cons already went past the 100 the 40k mark. You know, they already went beyond that. South California. Okay. You guys have 5 million people. 5 million and 479 people. That is actually less than the city of São Paulo, which has 13 million people. Probably. I mean, it's the big. It was the biggest convention in all Latin America. And yes, the city of São Paulo alone has more population than Finland and other countries, while being a city. It is the third or fourth largest city in the world. And the only big city on the southern hemisphere. It is. I'm googling Portuguese, and it is considered. Well, it was considered one of the biggest names in the entire world. Yes. The first edition was in 2009 in Rio, with 4K people until they returned in 2012. Well, let me tell you something. After 3 years without any edition of the convention, it jumped from 4,000 people to 30,000 people. Excuse me. What? Okay. Okay. Anime Expo reached 410k people. Okay. That already surpassed any convention here in Brazil. It's a shame how BGS ended, man. Well, it didn't end, but like... It's sad seeing a convention that you loved and just throw its name away and forget everything it was, you know? I mean, LA is a big state. How many people there are in LA? It is the most populous state in America, yes? LA has 3 million people. Smaller than São Paulo, but still very big. Now let's see. California has 39 million people. Big numbers, big numbers. Congrats. But anyways, I honestly prefer to go to bigger conventions if I'm going to any convention at all. I want to make my money worth it, you know? Well, funny enough, my first con was a big. It was. Guild me this for try. My price is gonna be low. No worries, man. I actually gonna stop now as well. It was fun talking to you, man. It was fun talking to you guys. Actually, and then I went to a small corner over prepared for. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Well, that was my experience, and I'm glad that you came. Seriously. I hope I see you guys on Fridays. See ya.